This is an introduction to our next unit of reading. We're going to start reading about nonfiction texts, which means that it's factual. So we've been reading more of fictional stories so far, but the first thing we're going to start learning about with our nonfiction texts is going to be focused around the main idea of a text. So I'm just going to, this is a preview of what's to come. So I'd like to go over a few vocabulary terms with you because this is important. And when I say the topic of the text, what I'm referring to is the subject of the text, aka what is the text about. And the topic is usually a word or a few words long. It's usually not a whole sentence. And that brings me to the main idea, because the main idea is a little more detailed than the topic. It's narrowed in. So the topic is like a broad or general description of what the text is about, but the main idea is more specific. It's what the author wants you to know about the topic. And I'll go into an example in a minute to show you what I mean. But it's the most important idea that the author is showing to the reader in a non-fictional format. So it's real life facts. When you combine the topic with the most important point, that is what the main idea is. And we use details from the text to support and to prove our main idea. So we're not just making things up, we can prove it. So these can be found, these anchor charts can be found under classwork reading unit 2 when you're answering a level 3 question about main idea. Again, main idea is the most important idea from the text. You're going to need to include the topic, the main idea, and you're going to need to back that up with 3 details to support. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. And so I'm going to read this text to you, and I'm going to go over what I would put down for the topic, the main idea, and 3 details to support it. Alright, so the title is called Tigers. It says this: did you know that tigers are the largest amongst other wild cats? Tigers can live for up to 25 years. They are nocturnal, which means they are active at night. Tigers are dangerous at night because they patrol their territory and hunt when the sun goes down. They have sharp claws and massive teeth. Tigers are fast and can outrun many of the animals that they hunt. Okay, so when I'm answering a main idea question about a text like this, I'm going to start by identifying the topic. And the topic is broad, it's general, it's pretty much 1 or 2 words that describes what this whole thing is about. Okay, so I think it's safe to say this text is about tigers. The topic is tigers. Alright, now that that's taken care of, I can move on to start thinking about the main idea. Now it's important for you to realize that it's not always just going to be as obvious as you think. Sometimes, you're going to have to go back and you're going to have to reread what you just read in order to figure it out. Because you know what I see a lot of 4th graders doing for main ideas? I see them writing all about tigers. Yeah, it is all about tigers, but what you really just told me is the topic. I need to know more specifically what about tigers. After reading this text, I can learn something about tigers, and it's not very specific of me to write down all about tigers. I need to be more detailed, more specific. So if I analyze and I sit back and I reread the text, I think what most of this text is talking about is about how tigers make good predators. And if I can't find 3 details to support that main idea, then I know I didn't choose the right one. So let me just plug that in, and let's go see if we can find 3 details that support it. Tigers make good predators, period. Alright, so I'll know that it's not a good main idea if I can't support that if I can't support that with 3 details from the text. So let's see if I can find 3 details that support that tigers make good predators. Alright, so it starts off mentioning how they are the largest amongst other wildcats. Well, I know other wildcats are good predators too, and if tigers are the largest, then I can probably make an inference that, you know what, that supports my main idea, but maybe there's better ones. Let me keep going. Tigers can live for up to 25 years. Okay, well, you know, not always the case. Sometimes the best predators don't live that long, so I don't know if that really best supports my main idea. They are nocturnal, which means they're active at night. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, you know, because if they're active at night, maybe they can ambush their predator or their prey. Tigers are dangerous. Okay, this sounds already. I'm gonna highlight this. This sounds like this might go along. Tigers are dangerous at night because they patrol their territory and hunt when the sun goes down. If the text directly saying that they're dangerous at night, that supports that they're a good predator. They have sharp claws and massive teeth. You know what? That supports that they're a good predator. If they have massive teeth and sharp claws, that makes it easier for them to attack their prey. And finally, tigers are fast and can outrun many of the animals they hunt. That supports that they're good predators. So what I would need to do is I would need to put this information into the correct spots here. And I notice I have 3 details. They all support. They all have to deal with the same idea that tigers make for good predators. And so if I'm able to support my main idea with 3 details, I have enough. I've done my job, and I can support it to somebody who has read nothing about tigers, and I think that they would agree with me. So there you have it. Tigers is the topic. The main idea is that tigers make good predators. Details to support my main idea would be that tigers are dangerous at night because they patrol their territory and they hunt when the sun goes down. They have sharp claws and massive teeth, and they're fast and can outrun many of the animals that they hunt. Alright, so I will post this on our Google Classroom for you to refer back to, but we're going to be doing tons of practice, and I can't wait to see our finished products at the end of the unit.